Nexus channel. And today I have Antti here. So Antti, can you do a self-introduction to us?
Oh, hello, my name is Antti Isokangas. I'm an independent communications consultant based in Helsinki here in Finland. I mostly work with mid-sized Finnish companies in the fields of strategy and sustainability communications.
That's great. So how long have you been doing that business?
Well, I've had my own consultancy for a
Yes.
number of years, but I've been completely independent for 3 years now. Before that, I have a long background in different fields of communications. I've been a journalist originally, but then I've worked in PR and communications agencies, but also at one point I also worked in the other side. With my clients, I was hired by my clients. I was with Kotipizza Group, the company that runs the largest pizza chain in the Nordics. I was the chief communication sustainability officer for 7 years.
I see. Okay, great. So what is the most critical element of sustainability communication?
I believe these days it all comes down to trust, especially now that societies are becoming more polarized and people are becoming less trusting of all kinds of institutions. And with ESG work, the problem very often is that companies tend to communicate things from their own point of view and not from their stakeholders' point of view. And to build trust, you really have to be able to communicate how your ESG work benefits not only you, but also your stakeholders. And that includes all stakeholders. Not only the external ones, but also the internal ones. You have to remember to get your own people on your side as well. To build trust, I always say that internal communication is external communication. You have to start with convincing your own people how the sustainability and ESG work benefits them. But you also have to find ways to communicate that to all external stakeholders. It's not only compliance work. You do not only do that because the law says that. You have to be able to always find what's in it for them. You know, how say investors can see the ESG work of in terms of building value, how clients see it as saving money and lowering prices and so on. You always have to find a way to communicate how it benefits all of your stakeholders, and that's how you build trust. Of course, it has to be consistent. You cannot talk about one thing one day and a different thing tomorrow. You have to be very consistent over a period of time because, of course, building a successful ESG program takes a long time. And of course, the work is never done. You have to, of course, be able to communicate where you're going, what your goals are, but also be very transparent about where you are. I think one thing also that companies very often forget is that also unsuccessful things can build trust. You know, also when you companies always like to, of course, tell their success stories, and that's of course important to inspire people. But you also have to be transparent about the things you are not very good at yet. That builds trust in the way that if you're honest, people start believing that you're going to do something about the things that are not that good yet. So of course, goals also keep changing. Of course, everybody's talking about climate work, but biodiversity is equally important, and that's something most companies are only becoming aware of and only starting their programs in that field. And of course, even though they have been communicating their climate work results for a number of years, now they have to also include the biodiversity work, but also social things, how they care for people they work with, their employees, but also people in their value chain, especially companies that work internationally.
I see. Okay, probably this is a similar question what I've already asked, but what are the most effective methods for building trust in ESG communication?
Well, already mentioned transparency, which is very important. Another thing I already mentioned is starting with your own people, starting inside the company and having your own people trust you. But one thing that's very important, it should not be a monologue, it should be a dialogue. It should be a two-way street in the sense that companies, like in all communications, should also listen to their stakeholders. To build trust, you have to show the benefits the ESG work builds for your stakeholders.
Yes.
And not every company can understand everything about what their stakeholders want. So to understand them fully, you have to have a dialogue. You have to listen to them. What do they need from you? And also communicate your ESG work accordingly. Well, I'm a communications person.
Yes.
I work in the field of sustainability communications. So my message to all the sustainability professionals is always do not forget communications. Both internal and external communications are vital for your success as a sustainability leader. You need internal communications to actually do the sustainability work. You have to convince your own people so that they actually do the work you plan to do. But then to get the business benefits from that, to get the communications and marketing benefits from your ESG work, you have to be able to convince all your stakeholders and once again, build trust.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. So I think there are many of the Japanese business leaders watch this channel, and now you got many fans from Japan, and that is a good reason coming to Japan.
Thank you. I look forward to that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you.